Whoa. I don't know how that happened. Hello. Hello, everyone. I don't know why my little screen is so small, but okay. No, don't make shit more complicated. Have no fear, I is here. No, don't make this complicated, StreamYard. This is one of the things I don't fucking like about. Whoa. This is one of the things I don't fucking like about fucking Twitch. Hi, guys. Oh, there's no sound? What? Thank you. Can you not hear me? I'm not muted. Okay, I don't know why. Speaker view? Oh, there we go. Why do they gotta make shit complicated? Literally. Okay, cool. Oh, maybe they don't have a sound on Twitter because the person who wrote no sound is watching on Twitter. How's everyone doing? Honestly, I'm getting tired of Twitter because it literally is never anybody on the left. You know what I mean? All it is like right-wing shit. And it pisses me off because not that like I'm opposed to like watching and looking at all the shit that's happening in the right wing. Of course I'm not. But what gets really old is, oh, did my husband take my fucking computer charger? But what gets really old is if it's only the right wing. That's all it is. Like I obviously want to see what's happening in the right wing, like on Twitter and stuff, and like be like up to date with like what's happening and what all the crazy shit that they're doing. But like it's literally not fun if all that fucking happens is right-wing shit on Twitter. Like if Twitter is only just right-wing shit, it's only just like right-wingers being elevated, right-wingers having their tweets come up, right-wingers in the trending section. Like it's boring. I don't want to like just from an entertainment perspective, from an information perspective, from an arguing perspective, it's not fun when everything is just one-sided and it's just an echo chamber. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's not fun when it's just an echo chamber. It's not fun when it's just all one-sided shit. Like I don't know. It just like it's not fun when all it is just right-wingers, like just trolling. Like if all it is, you know, is like all my feed is right-wingers trolling. That's all it is. Just right-wingers trolling. Right-wingers trolling, right-wingers talking about how like great Trump is. Basically. All it is like right-wingers trolling, right-wingers talking about how great Trump is. Like it's boring. It's boring. Like I also want to see like what's happening in the news and shit. Yeah, or like this story, you can tell it's rigged on purpose to like just benefit the right wing because when you go to the For You section, all it is right wing like stories and perspectives. Oh, thanks, Linda. Hey. Yes, and thank you for being on Twitch. Thank you for going to Twitch. Yes, I love when you guys are on Twitch. Let's get more people on Twitch, folks. Cuz you're all on YouTube. But like Okay, first of all, I know that like I change my like I get distracted a lot, which is a problem. I shouldn't get distracted so often. But one of the things I want to know is when did even previously good quality clothing become trash, right? Like I love this sweater that it's already kind of like like it's already becoming grimy. I've had it for 5 minutes. It's by Gildan. And Gildan used to be good. Gildan used to be good. Gildan used to be a great brand. Like there are shirts from the 90s that are Gildan that are still like really good quality. Like there are shirts that are like from the 90s that I've gotten at Savers or Goodwill that are really, really good quality years and years and years. And I've had this sweater for 5 seconds and it's already starting to get like pilled and shit and become like stretched out. It's like, what the fuck? Also, did I tell you guys a couple things? Because sometimes I know that my audience on in my community on the live stream is totally different than my community on TikTok. I don't think it has a lot of crossover. So a lot of times things I do on TikTok, the people in the live streaming community don't know about and vice versa. So did I tell you guys that like TikTok shop targeted me and took down one of my posts because I was promoting a Palestinian outfit, which is so enraging because TikTok shop is always pushing shit like bullshit, right? TikTok shop is always pushing fucking horse shit you don't fucking need, you don't fucking want, scam shit. And then I'm out here like putting a link, not even doing like huge promo, just putting a link to the Palestinian keffiyeh onesie I was wearing that I love. And they took it down and said that I was promoting spam. Took it down and said I was promoting spam. Like it's such fucking bullshit. It is amazing to me how the West tries so hard to like make Palestine or existing Palestinian illegal. Like it's amazing. They literally try to like make existing while Palestinian or like talking about Palestine or bringing up anything having to do with Palestine as like they just try to illegalize it, like YouTube demonetizing me saying I'm promoting terrorism or TikTok taking that video down and saying that it's spam. It's like anytime you do anything having to do with Palestine, they will find like literally anything you do having to do with Palestine or relating to Palestine, they will find a way to target you. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. And it's really unfair. It's bullshit. People should fight back against it. They're more lenient on YouTube. This is not true unless you're already huge. They'll be lenient with you on YouTube if you already have a massive following. But if you don't, they will target you. Okay, that's why I got demonetized permanently over a video where I'm just talking about Palestine, talking about a free Palestine, and was talking about the hostage swap. And like Ethan Decline doesn't get demonetized for doxing people. Like Destiny doesn't get demonetized from doxing people and encouraging people to dox people. And PBD doesn't get demonetized after they just literally had Andrew Tate on there. They had Andrew Tate on there and they didn't get demonetized. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. And again, it's the double standard for me. It's not like I'm just like one of these libs that's like crying all the time if somebody gets platformed and wants them to take away their monetization or take them off Twitter or cancel them or deplatform them. That is so not what I'm saying. I am not saying that I think that they should be penalized for having Andrew Tate on. What I'm saying is that there shouldn't be this insane, glaring double standard. If you're going to allow for people like PBD to platform Andrew Tate, then you shouldn't be demonetizing people like me. Like, that's the part that's insane about it, is the double standard and the unfair enforcement, the unfair practices. The double standard, the unfair enforcement, the unfair practices. Because it's not fucking fair and it's bullshit to have PBD putting fucking Andrew Tate and platforming him on his show, on their show, and not getting demonetized, but then demonetizing people like me or Elon for talking about the hostage swap. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's that, again, it's that I am not about like canceling and deplatforming people like that. I am always, always, always on the side of more speech. That doesn't mean that like places don't have terms of service and that like if you're on here like literally like threatening someone like that, that you shouldn't get held accountable for that. What I'm saying is I'm always on the side of more speech. And I think that the threshold to really like deplatform someone should be incredibly high. Like the burden should be incredibly high and on the side of speech. And it is so disgusting to me that they do this bullshit double standard unfair enforcement where they're demonetizing small creators for talking about Palestine or talking about Hamas and the hostage swap, but then they let that shit go unchecked. Like it's just such bullshit. It's such bullshit. Exactly. Rules for all or rules for none. Exactly. Either make it more fair if you're going to be that censorious and make it so none of that's allowed or all of it's allowed because it's not fucking fair. Thank you. Which, by the way, I really want to, I don't know if the people that gave to me on Venmo yesterday are on this live today, but somebody gave me a Venmo yesterday and I'm going to use it to cut my hair, and I'm very grateful for them because I really need a haircut and I haven't been able to get a haircut. I haven't been able to afford it. And so yeah, to the person who gave me that Venmo yesterday, I just want to say shout out to you, and I'm so grateful for you because then I can do things like this, continue to do this kind of work and continue to be able to afford to live and like, you know, get a haircut. Yeah, did I tell, because I didn't share with you guys what happened to me, like how I got really, oh my gosh, it was so hurtful. Maybe one of you guys could show, could relate to this. Maybe something like this has happened to you guys too. But my husband basically cost us $1,100 that we can't get back in a week. Are you going to get the full treatment? No. I don't do that. No, that to me is like luxury. I'm just going to get like a cut. I'm probably going to wash my hair before I go and then just have it cut. And it can like air dry. Nah, I ain't doing all that. And yes, you can become a subscriber on Twitch and watch on Twitch even if you don't want to become a subscriber. Do you know that you can be a subscriber basically for free if you subscribe through Amazon? Like if you already have an Amazon account, you can basically subscribe for free by signing in through your Amazon account. I like Dawn on Twitch that you have the little choo-choo train next to you. Okay, so has anything like that ever happened to you where maybe your spouse or somebody in your family basically just like did something really fucking stupid and it cost you a ton of money? Yeah, so like we're already just working class people, struggling working class people, and my husband he booked a plane ticket for work and flew there to a different state all the way to California just to realize when he got to the airport that he had the wrong dates, and he turned around and he came back. So those were non-refundable. We won't get any of that money back. I'm a little paranoid, you guys. I'm feeling like a little bit of soreness. My dad's friend's brother is bipolar and bought a 15,000. Right. So if you've ever had something like that happen to you and you're just screwed, there's nothing you can do. Like, what are we going to do? We can't do anything. We can't even ask the airline to like refund it or give us the tickets to a different time because he used them already. I honestly wanted to cry when he told me. I was like, Bro. No, don't feed my hypochondria, Dawn. I'm already a hypochondriac. I don't need it fed. uh, it was $1,100. Gone. Just gone. Poof. Gone. And I'm sure a lot of you who are like me and who are working class people just like trying to survive, $1,100 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I'll take that to mean me. Thank you. Yeah, 1,100. It was $1,100. I know. It was very painful. And it's one of those things that you just have to accept it, you know? Like, obviously, like, what can I do? Like, I can't do anything. And, like, yelling at my husband isn't gonna, like, make it come back. So, yeah, no, I was feeling a little bit of soreness right here, like, around my heart, like, this area in my chest. It's, like, kinda sore when I move, but I'm trying not to freak out. I'm already a hypochondriac, so don't feed it, you guys. Don't be like, "Oh my gosh, you need to, like, go to the doctor right now." Like, don't encourage me to, like, feed into my hypochondria. I waste $1,100 on booze every month. I used to before I got sober. Sorry. Like, I'm still so pissed about what they did. I'm just still I'm still so pissed about that, and I'm still so pissed about TikTok taking my Kafia video away. I would love to do a video with them to like draw attention to it. Maybe I might be able to. Like, it's crazy. It also pisses me off because TikTok basically encourages you to sell bullshit. Thank you, Johan. TikTok basically encourages you to sell bullshit. But then like when you actually are shouting out a product that really is great from a good company, they're like, nah. Like that's actually what really pisses me off about it is that like TikTok Shop is always pushing like the most stupid shit you don't care about. And then like when you actually want to like talk about a product that you actually genuinely love, they're like, nah, that's spam. It's just always something with these hoes, you know? It's always something with these hoes. Oh, unfortunately, I don't think you can buy that Jesus Was Palestinian shirt because that was actually made for me. Like, not just for me, there were a couple other activists that were given that sweatshirt by the creator, but like she doesn't make them, like mass produce them. She like made it for a few of us and gave it to us. Not just gave it to us, like I paid for it. Like I wasn't like taking it for free. um, but what other art are you talking about? I don't know if you're talking about memberships, but if you want to do a membership, go to Twitch and subscribe because the reason why you can't get a membership on YouTube is because they took them away from me. Okay. Because I talked about Palestine and talked about how Palestine needs to be free. And they didn't like that. So they took away my memberships, which is such a scam. Oh my gosh. Which, by the way, you guys, I want to remind everybody to please send me examples of people violating their guidelines who are still like, you know how we have that channel, the Get My Monetization Back channel in Discord? I want to remind you guys to please send me well, you don't have to use any other socials. You can also support my work if you want to support me or subscribe on Patreon or Ko-Fi. Oh, there we go. There's the banner. You can become a monthly supporter on Patreon or Ko-Fi if you want. Obviously, you don't have to. But if you wanted to support me. Yes, hold on. I will. Okay. They're always fucking. Yes, thank you. I believe that I believe that that is one of the reasons why I get targeted all the time, but you know, the problem is, or the thing is that we'll win in the end because they're the ones who are wrong and they're the ones who are immoral. So in the end, no, thank you, Iram. One of the things, oh my gosh, I say so much. I know it's so bad. And I know I say it a lot and I can't crop it out. Like if I'm making a TikTok and I say a bunch of times, I can cut it out before I post it. I can't do that on live. So I'm just like saying I need to get better about not doing it. That oh, sorry, Smelv. I didn't mean to scare you. But like, oh my gosh, I hope you're quoting Chuck Schumer. We will win. We will win. Did you see that Chuck Schumer's like protesting outside of the USAID going, we will win. But then he voted to debank people. He voted for the Republicans debanking people, gutting the CFPB. That's the Democrats for you, folks. That's the Democrats for you. He's like, we will win. We won't rest. And then votes to gut the CFPB. That's the Democrats for you. I can try. I'm going to be starting on in April doing the guest spots. You know, it would help a lot, you guys, if you want to have somebody come on and like do like a guest spot with me, is to like engage with it when I ask them to come on Twitter. Usually Twitter is the best place to ask people to come on because everyone's on Twitter. And so if I make a post being like, let's use Syrian Girl as an example. Hey, Syrian Girl, I would love to have you on, you know, my live stream and like as a guest, to have people like that and share it and like repost it and also tweeted them and encourage them, that helps. Like if I'm saying like, yeah, I want to have this person on and I tweet about it, it's going to, I feel like, have more impact if like other people are retweeting it or reposting it or tagging them too. So yeah, please follow me on Twitter because that is where I do a lot of that kind of stuff. And if you want to me to have somebody on, amplify that tweet. Because you know who I asked to have on, and I don't think it got amplified really at all, but hold on. He is the writer of the new book, The Perfect Victims. Ugh, all the thugs attacking the fucking college protesters. It's so disgusting. What? Wait a second. Anyways, thank you, Lindis. Thank you. Hey, Longshot. Yes. Love seeing the people on Twitch. This is somebody I would love to have a conversation with. What do you guys think? His name is Mohammed El-Kurd. And he wrote this book, The Perfect Victims, that I am going to read. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to go get it probably tomorrow from hopefully one of the local bookstores that maybe has it. And I would love to have him on to talk about it. He is a journalist, a writer from Jerusalem. And he's the editor at Mondoweiss. Oh, I didn't realize that. Nice. But how cool would it be to talk to him? Bro, you know I want to, and I don't know how. You know I want to, and I don't know how. I want to make emotes for Twitch. I literally don't know how. Emotes are fun. Emotes are fun. Oh, okay. So guys, I tweeted that I wanted to have Mohammed on. This would be a perfect opportunity. This is literally what I'm talking about, you guys. This goes back to like asking about having Syrian girl on, okay? So I put a tweet up that said, I'm going to be having guests on my channel starting in April. I would love so much to have Mohammed El-Kurd as my first guest. But like, as you guys can see, there's not that much interaction on this tweet. This would be what I'm talking about. Like, if you want me to have other people on the stream that you think are interesting, that you want to see interviewed, if there are people that you want to see me interview and talk to, what would help a lot is if you would follow me on Twitter and amplify these tweets where I'm asking them to come on. Like, that would help. Like, go on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, find the tweets where I'm specifically asking somebody to come on, specifically asking somebody to come on my stream and talk to me, and like the tweet, repost the tweet, tag them in the tweet, repost the tweet and tag them and ask them to come on so that it gets more amplified, okay? Also, this is what I mean when I say the whole thing is rigged for the right wing on Twitter, as I was complaining about. Look at this. Look at this. So Alex Jones going live has 262,000 people watching, and Ian Carroll has 65,000 people watching, but the Electronic Intifada, which is an amazing organization, only has 4,000. It's giving rigged. Yes, thank you. Follow me on X. And then like I said, when I tweet, not just follow me on X, but engage with the tweets, folks, when I ask somebody to come on. So let's just say that I ask Syrian girl to come on, right? I say, I would love to have Syrian girl on my stream, and I tweet that. Engage with the tweet, like the tweet, retweet it, comment on it, tag them. You know what I mean? That way it gets more traction. Anyway, Twitter is giving rigged, okay? I know I love the custom emotes, but how do I make them? Yeah, Electronic Intifada is awesome. But the thing this is why it's giving rigged. You're telling me that Electronic Intifada only has like 4,000 people watching, but Ian Carroll and Alex Jones have like a fucking 250,000 and 100,000. They're basically, what I'm saying is they're artificially boosted. And honestly, I don't even think that all these metrics are real. I think a lot of these are bots. And the reason why I think that, I'm not just talking out of my ass here, okay? I think the reason why they're bots is because most 90% of the comments that I get from these live streams are not from Twitter. So even though Twitter will have, let's say, I'm looking right now, 400 people supposedly on this stream from Twitter, but none of them are like commenting. Like, you're telling me 400 people are watching from Twitter, but none of them are commenting. All the comments are coming from Twitch and from YouTube. Curious. See, like, that makes me think it's fake. Like, they're just bots. So I'm sure a lot of like this are what they're showing on these live streams with like Alex Jones and Ian Carroll are bots, and they clearly prop up right wingers on this site. Okay, so one person from Twitter, but the point is, most of the comments that I get when I'm doing these live streams are not from Twitter. Most of them are from YouTube and Twitch or Rumble once I switch to Rumble. And yet Twitter consistently has the highest number of viewers. So you're telling me 400 people watch it, but none of them are commenting? Please. It's giving bot. They all change once they go to Israel. The point is, I wouldn't be super surprised. Yeah, I don't really think that it's like clones or anything. I just think it's called old-fashioned selling out. Like, sometimes I think we make it deeper than it is. A lot of times it's just old-fashioned selling out. Like, yeah, if I wanted to make a lot of, yes, I think it's time for there is at least, yes. Can someone help me? I want to make it. I want to make it I want to make it every single time somebody subs. I want to make that thing happen. But I tried to do it and it didn't work. Like, I tried to do it and it didn't, like, it's not working. So I'm doing it wrong. But anyway, back to what I was saying about people who go into the Israeli regime is that I don't think it's like, I don't think it's like cloning. I think that honestly it just comes down to old-fashioned corruption and selling out. You know, you make a lot more money when you are doing that than if you are speaking out against it. Who's the author who does all that technocracy stuff? She's been on Glenn Greenwald and Katie Halper. Oh, I don't know who you're talking about. I mean, the reason why I also don't like the idea of just saying, oh, they're hypnotized or they're brainwashed is it's taking away their agency and their responsibility. Like, to just be like, oh, it's not their fault, they were hypnotized. It's like, no, a lot of people either get bribed or blackmailed. I mean, let's not forget that the Israeli regime has a pretty intense, methodical blackmail operation. It says in Arabic. There is a list. This list in Arabic, this list. That's my favorite ever. Also, I want to know like how you make custom emotes. No, also, like, I've obviously tried multiple times to I've tried multiple times. Wait, when did he say that? When did Jenk say that? Yay! Great, Holy Venom. That's awesome. Yay! Okay, but like, literally, I need somebody to help me with Twitch, like, genuinely, because I really, 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 really want it to be so that I can make custom emotes and so that I can make there is a list come up every time somebody subs. And I haven't been able to do that because I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. And I tried to do it. I tried to make the there is a list thing, and it's not happening. It's not working. Where did Jenk say we should be peacemaking? That's so depressing. No, I think a lot of these people, are ops. It's like, I saw people, like, talking about, um, that clip that Ian Carroll shared where he's like, "Oh, maybe they're trying to do, like, a coup against Netanyahu, and it's like four-dimensional chess and blah, 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 blah." And all they're doing is running cover for the Israeli regime to keep doing what they're doing under the guise of, "Oh, Trump has some 3D, 4D chess move that he's gonna play," when really they're all bad. It's not just Netanyahu. Like, Trump and, his insane Zionist son-in-law and Miriam Adelson, who owns Trump and bought him, yeah, they all want the same things for Gaza. They all want the same things for the occupied West Bank. So what I have realized is a lot of them, these quote unquote influencers that are telling the truth and asking questions, it's always to sheepdog people into the right wing. You ever notice that? It's always to sheep herd people into the right wing. Every time, they're never like, "Oh, let's look into what the truth is," and then their conclusion is, "Let's become anarchists," or "Let's become socialists," or "Let's just become anti-duopoly altogether and form a different party, a labor party." You'll notice that all of these blowing the lid off of asking questions folks always happen to wanna sheep herd people back into the conservative Republican Party. Weird. I mean, come on. That's very convenient. It's just such horseshit. Like, it's such horseshit. It's like, yeah, I don't trust anybody that says that they're doing the work of, like, really uncovering everything and asking questions and questioning the duopoly, but then their answer is always the vote for the Republicans, support Trump, vote for the conservative. Like, why isn't your conclusion ever to be to get away from the duopoly? Very sus, very sus. Um, and also I noticed that even though Ian Carroll's always asking questions and encouraging people to ask questions and seek truth, when somebody um when somebody actually questions him, he freaks out and attacks them and calls them smear merchants. There was a woman on Twitter last night who asked a legitimate question and was like, "Why is Ian Carroll doing ad reads for a, like, drink owned by BlackRock mercenaries?" Or not BlackRock, Eric Prince, Blackwater, mercenaries who are Zionists that own it. And he, like, freaked out on her and was like, "Oh, I'm so awesome. What'd you do last week? What'd you do last week?" It's like, wait, I thought you encouraged people to ask questions and seek truth. Why are you mad at this woman for asking a legitimate question? Why are you promoting this product that's owned by a bunch of Zionists and a fucking military contractor mercenary? Sus. But the same guy who goes, ask questions, seek truth, then goes and, like, attacks this woman and accuses her of spreading misinformation about him, and then tries to be popular and go, "What'd you do last week?" Cringe, cringe, cringe. Yay! I love that emote, the little dinosaur emote. I love that emote. Yay! Dancing dino. Dino dance. Yes. What does plus mean? Share, it says on Twitch, share your plus progress, add a plus goal. Do you guys see this? It says add a plus goal. You can now share your progress toward the plus program with your community. What does that even mean? Streamers in the Plus program will have the opportunity to receive different revenue share tiers on the recurring monthly subscription and gifted subs for at least 12 months. To qualify for the program, affiliates and partners must maintain a minimum of 100 plus points for 3 consecutive months to receive the level 1. See, this is what I mean when I say Twitch makes me insane. Why is it so complicated? I'm already exhausted. I'm already exhausted, you guys. Like, it's already confusing. Plus program gifted subs for at least 12 months. To qualify for the program, affiliates must maintain a minimum of 100 plus points for 3 consecutive months to receive the level 1 60/40 revenue share. La 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 la. Like, I'm already tired. 3 of 100, 2 of 100. I don't even know what this means. I'm already exhausted. Oh, I wasn't even sharing the right screen. Lol. This is what I was reading. It just literally, it's already exhausting. You can share your progress with the community, manage plus goal this month, 2 out of 100. Like, it's too many things already. I'm already exhausted. Does anybody have the clip of Jank? Oh, you know what? I forgot to actually like mention this to you guys that I want you to do. Okay. Or that I was asking about that I forgot to share. Okay, so thank you to Mo Money, who actually did exactly what I was about to bring up and say that I want to do. So if you're not already in the Discord, definitely join the Discord. And in the Get Blakely's money back, which is getting my YouTube monetization back, one of the things that I want to do, and I'm asking people to do, if you guys see it, like obviously don't go out of your way to go find it, but like if any of you see it, see anything on YouTube that you see that is either purposely that has been targeted towards somebody who talks about Palestine, like Tag, who got targeted and demonetized for talking about Palestine, share that in there, or examples of people that you see that you know are violating their guidelines that they haven't demonetized. So those are the two things. If you see them, please share them in that Discord. Please share them in that Discord, because all the I'm trying to compile evidence, basically. Honestly, long shot, I don't know, because I'm still such a boomer when it comes to Twitch, and Twitch confuses the fuck out of me that like I don't even know. Like I don't even know, because I feel like it's so many things. It's not straightforward like somebody can send you a super chat and just send you money, or somebody can just subscribe and become a member. Like Twitch is so confusing, because as I was just showing you guys, it's too many things. Oh, you can become a tier 1 subber and a something something and a share goal and a something 60, but and it's like so many things. I'm overwhelmed and I don't even know. Anyway, back to what I was saying about Discord. What I'm asking is that if you guys come across or see anything specifically related to YouTube where somebody was unfairly demonetized, like Tag, for talking about Palestine, and or on the opposite side of that, if you see someone that is clearly violating YouTube's guidelines, but they're still monetized, please send it to that group, because I'm trying to compile evidence. Like, I want to keep compiling evidence for my case. If you see Destiny saying anything like that, if you see Ethan Decline saying anything like that, things like Andrew Tate having a monetized fucking episode on PBD, what a joke. What a joke. No, it's bullshit. Also, so send it there. Send it there, please. Also, the examples, because like I said, I'm collecting evidence. Collecting evidence. Also, if you guys hear of any lawyers who'd be willing to take a case like that pro bono. We need a speech lawyer. Which, by the way, yay. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I will do that. Ask ChatGPT to explain to me like I'm 5 how Twitch works. Yeah, and all the tiers confuse me. It's like plus progress, share your plus progress goal with your community, tier 1, tier 2, gift 1, gift 2. It's like there's so much that I'm overwhelmed. Yes, Gavin Newsom is trash. Gavin Newsom is a joke. This is the resistance, folks. This is what we have for resistance. Yeah, let's go back to X. Charlie Kirk is literally a white nationalist. Oh my gosh. And this is the idea of Democrats fighting back, guys. This is Democrats fighting back. Are you kidding me? So their idea of fighting back against the fascist GOP is to do a cringe fucking TikTok that they're setting up like their video game. Like, what is this? Like, you're supposed to be like a video game? Choose your fighter? What fighter? You don't fight shit. None of these bitches fight for shit. What are you talking about? Choose your fighter. What fight? There's no fight. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have a headache. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. And the reason why they do this is because of the fact that I don't know if any of you guys saw my I was on Colonial Outcast with Greg Stoker. I was on Colonial Outcast with Greg Stoker, and we talked about the Democratic document from their retreat, where basically they're saying, let's move to the right. Let's move to the right. This is what happens when you have no real principles that you're fighting on. This is what happens when you have no real principles that you're fighting on. They thought when we said that the Democrats needed to get better about utilizing social media, bro, when we said that the Democrats needed to get better about using social media, this is not what we meant. This is not what we meant. Basically, what they're doing is they're taking their same cringe shit and the same cringe consultants and making insane, out of touch, endlessly cringeworthy TikToks that have no fucking value and no actual like meaning behind them or teeth behind them to try to distract from the fact that they don't have any policy. I like that emote too. Yeah, this is what happens when you are a hollowed out party with no substance. They are a completely vapid, hollowed out party with no substance. So when their grifter consultants come over and go, guys, I know what the answer is to the Democrats not having their own social media and their own media. I know what the answer is. You know what the answer is? Playable players. Pick your player. Yeah, that's the answer, guys. Because again, when you're the Democrats and you have no values, you have no policy, and you're basically Republican light, you have no way that you are fighting the Republicans. There is no way that you're actually fighting against the fascism of the Republicans, except for in rhetoric, you're just Republican light. And then and then you're told, well, you've got to get better about social media. You guys need to get better about social media. And your answer to you guys have to get better about social media, but also get better about your policies. You guys need serious reforms. Their answer is let's do insane fucking cringe TikToks with the same loser consultants that helped lose us the last election, the same out of touch grifter consultants that help us lose the last election. And let's decide on our expensive retreat that what we're going to do is more cowbell and moving to the right. That's what we're going to do. The answer to this is more cowbell, moving to the right, and cringe fucking TikToks. Holy shit. Or like the, hey, Johnny, or like the school who aren't quite as... I know. Honestly, I didn't think that it could get worse, but it somehow always gets worse. Yeah, seriously, Bodie Bird, that's how I'm feeling right now. Oh my gosh. This is insane. This is... Hold on. I honestly can't. I really can't. I can't. Yeah, but you know what the thing is? They're right wing and they're fucking worse because we already have a right wing, right? We already have a Republican Party. So when Republican light, when diet Republican Democrats come and try to act like them, but a little less horrible, it's fucking cringe. When we already have a fucking right-wing party. We already have a Republican Party. So when the diet Republican Democrats come over and go, hey, let's like be like the Republicans, but like, I don't know, nicer, I guess. Let's like be like the Republicans, but make like cringe fucking TikToks because we don't have any different policy. No, and again, the reason why they've got to do this, why they're doing this incredibly embarrassing. I can't believe AOC participated in this. Honestly, I'm shocked that AOC participated in this fucking cringe because I feel like AOC just generally at least has a little bit more sense. Like she tends to be like a more social media savvy, Who fucking agrees to this? You guys, I can't. I can't. I hate them so much. I hate them so much. But again, this is the result when you don't have any policy. This is what happens when you don't have any policy that is different from the Republicans. And they're not different from the Republicans when it comes to policy. And they're not going to change anything. Like, they're not going to. I shouldn't say that they're no different than the Republicans on policy. They're no different than Republicans on most policy. And the policies that they are different from the Republicans are on, it's like barely. So they are different on some policies, but it's barely. It's always tweaking around the edges. It's always just tweaking around the edges. Like, okay, like we won't be as vicious. Okay. Like the Republicans are vicious and we agree with them on a lot. We agree with them on a lot of policy. But on the policy that we disagree on, we're not as vicious. We like some tweaks around the edges. This is so fucking pathetic. Oh my gosh. No one ever said give. I know. But again, this is what happens when you have absolutely no real differentiating features from the Republican Party. And honestly, the document that came out of their little retreat proves that they feel that way. Like, I'm not just speculating here. That little document proves that they feel that way because they literally said, coming out of that retreat, that the goals and the takeaways were fuck the left, fuck the progressives, okay? Fuck the left, fuck the progressives, defend capitalism, defend the status quo, become more business friendly. Like, those were their takeaways. And sound more relatable. Sound more relatable. Not actually be, but sound. They want to sound more relatable. And that was one of the amazing things that came out of that document, is that they weren't interested in actually being more relatable to working people, being more relatable to regular people. They just want to sound it. And even that they fail at. So, like, basically that document admitted, we're not going to do anything different than the Republicans. We want to be more right wing, but we want to sound more relatable to the regular everyday people. We want to sound more relatable to working class people. But they're failing even at that. They're even failing at that. You don't sound relatable to working class people. You sound fucking insane and out of touch to regular working class people. And one of the reasons for that is because they've got the same fucking consultants, the same grifter consultants working for them as they did before the election. They have the same grifter out of touch consultants working for them as they did fucking 10 years ago. They're not even good about their lying. Republicans also don't give a fuck about regular or working class people, but the Republicans are at least good at lying about it. They're at least good at messaging it. The Democrats are like, hey, how can we be more like the Republicans and like be more Republican light and like be more capitalist and militarist? How can we do more of that, but like be more relatable to the lunch bucket guy? Be more relatable to the working man. You're not even good at that. You're not even good at that. If you want to be more like the Republicans are at least good at lying. The Republicans are at least good at pretending like they give a fuck about workers. What a joke. What a joke these people are. I'm going to have to save this because I'm also going to have to make a TikTok about it later. I told you that the audiences really don't cross over. The communities don't really cross over. So a lot of people who watch my streams on live stream are not on my TikTok and vice versa. People who are on my TikTok don't really go to live stream. So, if I want to talk about this, which I do more, if I want to talk about this, which I do more, and I want to make fun of it more, I'm going to have to make a TikTok about it later too. Oh my gosh. This is so fucking pathetic. This is so fucking pathetic. I can't. I can't. Let's watch it one more time. So fucking cringe. Please make it stop. What the fuck, bro? Like, genuinely, what the fuck? I can't. Like, I can't. I just can't. It's so bad. I'm sorry. Shut the fuck up, Chris Murphy. I can't. I just can't. Why does only one of them get angel wings? Oh my gosh. It's so bad. Like, I can't. I just. Like, it's actually making me lose my mind. Like, genuinely. Like, like. I can't. Oh my gosh. And the thing that's so upsetting about it too is that like, we have a genuine fucking fascist takeover that's happening, a fucking techno-feudalist takeover that's happening. The right wing is just like gutting and looting the place, fucking over everybody 10 ways to Sunday, and the Democrats are like, la 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 la, let's make a choose your fighter. Also, that was a horrible idea to do anyway, because you guys suck at fighting. What do you mean choose? Like, what I want to know is this, aside from how cringe it was, whose idea was it to do a choose your fighter when none of them are fighters? All of them just sat there like clowns in their little pink lady outfits with their little ping pong signs. They don't fight for shit. So what do you mean choose your fighter when you don't fight for anything? You don't fight for anything. If I were choosing a fighter, I'd pick a Republican. You don't fight for shit. What do you mean choose your fighter? Also, don't forget to still sub to YouTube and all of my channels. Obviously, I am wanting to focus more on my other channels as far as streaming and growing them. But still do, if you are watching and you're not already subbed to my YouTube, still sub to it. Because obviously I'm going to continue to fight them. All right. Later. Oh my gosh. Choose your fighter. What fighter? I genuinely can't. One more time. Yeah, and oh, you know how they're fighting back? You know how they're fighting back? They voted to censure Al Green for being the one person to protest. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know how they're fighting back? How they're fighting back? Choose your fighter. Literally, though, Johan. Fighting back. They're fighting back by wearing pink. Yeah. They're fighting back by holding up ping pong paddles. No, you know how they're fighting back? Choose your fighter, how they're fighting back? By allowing the right wing and helping the right wing censure Al Green for being the one person who protested the State of the Union. That's how they're fighting back, okay? That's how they're fighting back. Wait, where is it? I thought I saw it. Yeah. The U.S. House of Representatives voted to censure Congressman Al Green on Thursday for disrupting President Trump's lie fest to Congress, with 10 Democrats joining the Republicans. 10 Democrats. This is the resistance, folks. So Trump, who they all called a threat to democracy, remember? Remember how they said the reason why we needed to vote for Kamala Harris was because Trump was a serious threat to democracy? That he was like literally like Hitler 2.0? That he was a serious, serious threat to democracy, and that's why we needed to vote for Kamala Harris and Democrats. So tell me why, when he is such a threat to democracy, he's literally ushering fascism in, why are you helping them punish the one guy who mildly protested? He didn't even really do anything except for like yell. He just yelled on the House floor that Trump was lying. That's all he did. He just yelled on the House floor that Trump was lying. That's all. And they censured him for it. So wait, explain. I really want Democrats to explain this to me. Explain to me how fighting back against Trump and their fascism with your little video game shtick, your little choose your fighter shtick, explain to me how Trump winning is the end of democracy. It's Hitler 2.0. We're now in a fascist takeover and a coup. And now that he's won and it was the end of democracy, you guys are censuring, you're punishing a guy for mildly protesting, for essentially being rude. He didn't do anything except for just say Trump was lying. He called out Trump for lying. Trump lied and said he had a mandate to cut Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. And Al Green said, no, you don't. He just called him out for lying. And 10 Democrats joined Republicans to censure him. Is this the fighting back you guys were talking about? This is the fighting back you guys were talking about. Of course, Jared Moskowitz, that piece of shit, Zionist, corrupt fucking lackey who pretends to be some like resistance liberal who stands up to the Republicans. He stands up to the Republicans when he wants his Twitter sound bites. When he wants his Twitter sound bites, he stands up to the Republicans and then he joins them. He joins them to censor Al Green. What a fucking piece of, I can't even say. Okay, I'll have to wait till I'm on Rumble, I guess. Which actually, that's a good reminder to say that the last hour of this stream will be on Rumble exclusively. So, and then I can say things I can't say here. Like what I was just about to say about Moskowitz. Yeah, so if you're not already following me on Rumble, please do. Also, you might want to be following me on Rumble because I'm going to be on Due Dissidence Podcast live on Sunday. On Sunday, I'll be live on Due Dissidence Podcast exclusively on Rumble. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. When Marjorie Taylor Greene acted like an animal and was like howling during Biden's address, did anyone try to censor them? Did anyone try to censor them? Remember when her and Lauren Boebert were screaming like animals, like hyenas during Biden's? Did anyone censor them? Nah. But Al Green says, hey, you're lying about Medicare, and they censor him, and 10 Democrats help. This is always what I mean when I say that Republicans could never be as successful as they are without the help of the Democrats. The Democrats, they always help the Republicans. They always help the Republicans. The Republicans could never be as successful with their fucking fascism if they didn't have the Democrats' help. Thank you. Oh my gosh. It's just so enraging. And this is just the latest example. Chuck Schumer voted to help gut the CFPB protections, allowing people to be debanked. The Democrats always help aid them in their fascism. They always help aid them in gutting protections for other people. What happened to we're worried about fascism? What happened to we're worried about democracy? Ed Case, Jim Costa, Lauren Gillian, Jim Himes, Chrissy Houlihan, Marcy Captor, Marie Glusenkamp Perez, Tom Swazi. Of course, Tom Swazi. He's also a fucking corrupt piece of shit. I can't. I know, they're so worried. They're so worried about democracy, you guys, that they're helping the Republicans punish the Democrats. They're helping the Republicans punish the Democrats when, again, Marjorie Taylor Greene and shit did the same thing. And did they censure them? We have no opposition, folks. This is the problem, is when you have no opposition. All right, let's move on to this moron. California Governor Gavin Newsom has recently voiced his opposition to transgender athletes competing in female sports during an interview on a podcast with conservative commentator Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is a fascist. Charlie Kirk is a white nationalist. And that's who you decided to go and throw trans people under the bus to? That's who you decided you were going to go throw trans people under the bus to. So basically, their response to losing was, how can we capitulate more to the right wing? That's their response. Their response basically has been, now that they've lost, instead of trying to recalibrate, right? Instead of trying to recalibrate, they're like, oh, I've got an idea. How can we capitulate more to the right? Okay? How can we capitulate more to the right wing? Oh, I know. I'll go on a white nationalist podcast or my own loser podcast, which I don't even think fucking lawmakers should be allowed to have while they're in office, and we'll throw trans people under the bus to this fucking bigot. Fuck you, Gavin Newsom. And he thinks he's going to run for office in fucking 2028. Get the fuck out of here.
A man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump. It's like you right now should come out and be like, you know what? The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports, right. that shouldn't happen. You as the governor should step out say no.
No, and I appreciate
but like
I would like to remind everybody too that Charlie Kirk is just an op of the Israeli regime. In case anybody forgot. That's all he is. He was literally plucked out of obscurity by dark money billionaires to try to shuffle people into the right wing and do propaganda on behalf of the Israeli regime. So yeah. He's a Zionist plant, in case anybody forgot.
Would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. So that's easy to call out, the unfairness of that. There's also a humility and a grace, that these poor people are more likely to commit suicide, have anxiety and depression. And the way that people talk down to vulnerable communities is an issue that I have a hard time with as well. So both things I can hold in my hand. How can we address this issue with the kind of decency that I think, is inherent in you, but not always expressed?
It's like you right now should come out and be like, you know what?
Is inherent in you? What are you talking about is inherent in you? Charlie Kirk is a fucking bigot. All he does is parade hate against vulnerable communities. And of course, do propaganda on behalf of the Israeli regime. What the fuck do you mean? Wow. Wow. Honestly, they're turning out to be even worse than I thought. Like actually capitulating worse than I thought. I knew that they were going to capitulate. That's what they do. I knew that they were going to side with the right wing on a lot of things after they lost because that's what they always do. They always move to the right. They always move to the right. What I didn't realize was going to happen was that they were going to move so far to the right that you wouldn't really be able to distinguish Gavin Newsom from Charlie Kirk. Piece of shit. I am so fucking tired of these people. Why? Why? Make it stop. Yeah. Yeah, and this was right after. This was right after. Where is it? And also Kirsten Gillibrand, who is so fucking corrupt, who made her whole fucking thing off of. Thought I was already following this loser. Who made her whole fucking thing off of like women, you know, women defending women and shit. She ran Al Franken out of the Senate on that grift because she thought she was going to run for president, is now all in on the crypto scam. She's all in on the right-wing crypto scam. And then when it came out that sex pest, Andrew Cuomo was going to run for office again, she's like, I don't know, maybe. What happened to women, Kirsten Gillibrand? I fucking hate them. Holy shit. "19 Democrats, including Chuck Schumer, joined the Republicans in voting to repeal the Biden rule requiring cryptocurrency brokers to adhere to the same tax reporting rules as stockbrokers." Yes, a yes vote is a pro-fraud, pro-tax evasion vote. Correct. Adam Schiff voted for it. Of course he did, because he's a corrupt piece of shit too. Booker, of course, Cory Booker voted for it. Also another corrupt piece of shit. Gillibrand, of course. Fetterman, of course. John fucking Frauderman voted for it. John Frauderman voted for it, of course. Of course. Wow, they're such fucking fraudsters. Oh my gosh. And these are the people that are supposed to be protecting us from Doge and the assault that they're on the administrative state. I can't handle it. Did you guys know that there is did you guys know that there are apparently 4 lobbyists for every lawmaker in DC? Which is so crazy. It's so crazy. For every lawmaker, there are 4 lobbyists, which is just fucking wild. Bro, like, honestly, you guys, I don't know. I don't know what we should do, but this obviously is not it. Like, we have to start doing something to defend ourselves from this onslaught, but I don't really know. I don't really know what we can do besides from the fact that, like, we should start a new party, because these parties are both so fucking corrupt. We need an opposition party. We don't have an opposition party. This is not opposition. This is not opposition. Yes, I know. I'm always making fun of them, but, like, what are we going to do about, like, the actual, like, this is supposedly the opposition, folks. Right. For fucking real, though. Oh my gosh, I can't, you guys. I don't know what we're gonna do. We have no one. Yes, I agree with this, but I don't think that it needs to just be people running as independents. I think that maybe we could get people to start running as independents, and then once they get elected, they can, like, join a party as people continue to work on the infrastructure of a party. But we really do need something different. This is a joke. And not only that, but we've already tried. People were like, okay, well, you got to take over the Democratic Party. You've got to primary them. No, that people tried that. It didn't work. It failed. That project of trying to take over the party from the inside failed. It was already tried. Yeah, this is so crazy. I don't even know. I literally don't even know. And instead of actually acting as an opposition, they're doing things like normalizing Charlie Kirk and Steve Bannon. That's what they're doing. Normalizing Charlie Kirk and Steve Bannon. And that doesn't mean, I'm not saying, oh, never talk to them, because I know that that doesn't work. The whole like just deplatform them and ignore them. Well, obviously that didn't work. I'm not saying to do that. But what I am saying is if you are going to talk to them, you should be coming with fire. If you are going to talk to them, you should be coming with smoke and fire, not capitulation. And that's not what they're doing. They're not coming with smoke and fire. They're coming with like, oh, how can I get along with you? Okay, I'll throw trans people under the bus too if you want me to. Okay, I'll throw them under the bus. I'll help. So fucking corrupt. My gosh. Yeah, this is how corrupt our country and our world is, that they're like, Musk is urging an election in Ukraine. Who the fuck are you to be doing that? You're not an elected official. You're not a president. Who the fuck are you to be urging an election? It's so everything. It's literally everything. Ashley Reinberg. Why does that sound? Oh, this is just Israeli regime propaganda. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
And people's confidence in this economy going down. We're seeing tariffs go.
Bitch, you just voted to allow crypto fraudsters to not have to abide by the same rules as other hedge funds or whatever the fuck trading stock rules. Are you fucking kidding me? I can't stand this bitch because he loves to pretend like he's some warrior for justice as he constantly votes to sell people out. He literally constantly votes to sell out working people, to sell out his own constituency, and then he turns out and acts like he's some fucking justice warrior. Shut the fuck up.
Going up, and people.
Yeah, that's enough. I don't even want to hear that.
Elon Musk sending out tweets, or you doing social media, and then me doing a 3-minute hit at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on CNN. I mean, how the hell do we compete? We're toast.
Well, I mean, I'm part of it, and credit to you for doing long form.
And they think that the answer to that, is cringe TikToks. They think Gavin Newsom and the Democratic Party think that the answer to this, that the Republicans are winning the media war, which they are, and they have been. They think that the answer to that is to do cringe TikToks. And the reason why they're afraid to do long form is because they don't really have an agenda. They don't have a real agenda that is against the Republicans. That's why. The Republicans have a real fascist agenda that they want to implement. A real, like, techno-feudalist, fascist, like, agenda that crushes working people, gives all the money to the rich and the Israeli regime, while crushing any social dissent, social movements, marginalized groups, and minorities. They have a real agenda. The Democrats don't. And that is the reason why they are afraid of long-form podcasts. That is the reason why they are afraid of long-form media interviews. They don't do it because they don't actually want to have a real conversation, because if they do, people will see that there is not that much daylight between them and the Republicans. They will see that there is not much daylight between them and the Republican Party. And that is the reason why they don't want to do long-form podcasts. That is the reason why they don't want to sit down and have long-form conversations with people. because then it might come out that they're actually pretty right-wing themselves. And they've got no plan. They've got no plan. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no, you're right. They do have a plan. They do have a plan. They're going to move to the right. Lol. You know what? You're right, Theater. I'm going to run for president. Fuck all that. Fuck all the, what do you call it? The other offices. Fuck mayor. Fuck Congress. Fuck Senate. Fuck, yeah. I'm just going to run straight for president, okay? Imagine AIPAC. And notice that he's talking about doing more long form podcasts, but none of them have gone on any podcasts. Have you guys noticed that? They keep talking about how they're gonna start, how they need to start reaching people, but they're not doing it. Have you seen any of the Democratic lawmakers go on Mehdi Hassan's show or on Francesca's show or on, I don't know, who else or other, Sabby Sab's podcast? Have you seen any of them do that? They haven't done any of that. The election was 4 months ago. November, December, January. Yeah. The election was 4 months ago. And they're still like, yeah, man, I guess Democrats got to be better about their media presence. They got to be better about going on podcasts. You know, they got to be better about it. Why aren't you? Why aren't you doing it now?
Form podcasting, because long form podcasting does penetrate different audiences, right? And our show does very well. But part of the problem of the Democrat Party, that for the health of the
Democrat Party, what a douche canoe. Like, anybody who actually still says that is such a little douche canoe. Like, Democrat Party. Also, you really think that Charlie Kirk, who is just like a Zionist right-wing billionaire plant, is actually here to talk to Gavin Newsom and give him actual advice to help him? You think he's here to help you? Okay. Sure, Jan. You're a fool.
The country would be great to change is that Democrats cannot survive in long form podcasting environments.
Why?
It's too unscripted. It's too masculine, honestly. And the Democrat Party's become too feminine.
It's too masculine. You think that masculinity is the reason why AOC doesn't go on independent podcasts? Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. That's the reason.
Speaking about a podcast, honestly, because I get the whole manosphere, this
To go into the wilderness with no rules and duel it out and see who's better or who's strong. No, seriously. I mean, like, what? No, I mean, like,
we don't do it. You're right. We, for whatever reason, don't do it.
You can laugh, but like, who in the Democrat Party?
We're not. You're right.
Will go. I mean, maybe Bernie Sanders, but he'll
RFK
like
when he was a Democrat.
Bobby, who's now HHS.
Yeah,
but like, there's something to be said that if you want to earn the respect of forgotten America, you have to show them that you can intellectually joust with no script, no hard breaks, no producers in the ears, no teleprompters. That's where new media is going. Now, I'll only challenge one thing you say. I am reaching new audiences. I'm not talking my bubble, because our content is so appealing. It goes in a decentralized way.
And it's not just political.
No, it's not political. Culture. But like, again, our conversation here is going to go far and wide, right? Yeah. A lot of people are going to see it. A lot of people are going to consume it, because it's also politics and entertainment have begun to overlap, right? And the old adage is, well, politics is downstream from culture. I think politics and culture are indecipherable from one another now. Donald Trump became a cultural phenomenon, right? You go into, inner city Compton, you'll see guys with Trump shirts with, the hand up, fight, fight, fight. Yep. So what Democrats are doing is you're still playing in a very old, hyper-sanitized media environment. Right. And my advice is you got to go where it's unpredictable, where it's treacherous, where it's dangerous. Now, I would make a more provocative argument that you wouldn't necessarily resonate with, which is that you guys have not built the intellectual muscle over 30 years because you all agree with each other all the time.
Well, not like conservatives are massively disagreeing.
Well, hold on.
Trump has completely collapsed the conservative movement.
I would push back a little bit. I would disagree.
That's not true. It's not that there is not dissent on the left. It's that when the left dissents, the party crushes them. That's what's different. There is a hierarchy. He's right that there's a hierarchy in the Democratic Party that you can't question leadership. And they don't have that on the Republican side. But as far as like just dissent within the party, yeah, there's not dissent within the party usually because the Democratic Party crushes them and rejects the left. They reject the left. They reject the progressives. And going back to that document I told you guys about, the takeaway document, yeah, their takeaway was to move further to the right. Their takeaway was to go more to the right and not allow any dissent, and not allow lefties in the party, not allow progressives in the party, not want progressives and lefties in the party, move further right. Yeah. So you're right. He's right in that they don't allow any dissent, because the dissent that exists, they kick out. They kick it out. They kick out the dissent of the party.
A robust discussion.
Well, it seems like Congress is really doing great oversight of Trump right now. They're holding him.
And it's true though that there is a little bit more dissent within the Republican Party. But again, it's always on culture war shit, because they all agree that capitalists should have everything and you should have nothing. Like that they all agree on. So he acts like there's so much more dissent within the party than there actually is, like on policy.
That's an important but separate issue. I just want to finish the point, and we could talk about Congress, which is that in the Republican Party, we have immense and vocal and public spats all the time. I think you would agree. We fight about foreign policy. Look at Ukraine, right? We're talking about primary challenging some of these senators that were meeting Zelensky last week. The Democrat Party would never do that. Now, I think that is a symptom of an underlying thing. We're constantly trying to find the approximation of what truth is. We're trying to use dialogue towards, hey, who's right? What do you believe?
No. It's that there was an element of the Republican Party that decided they wanted Trump, and they won. Where the Democratic Party doesn't allow any type of that dissent. They will crush the opposition and crush any dissent within the party and kick them out, which that is true. They do that. They did it to Bernie Sanders. They did it to AOC. They did it to Cori Bush and Jamal Bowman. And basically, you either get driven out of the party or you get absorbed into the establishment.
Believe why you believe it. And it's by no coincidence that out of the long-form podcasting genres, the top 10, 8 of them are conservative or center-right. Rogan, Megyn Kelly, Theo Vaughn, the Paul brothers,
Shapiro.
Our Program, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh.
Walsh.
There's a singular one on the left, which is Pod Save America, which is just like a bunch of Obama bros agreeing with each other for 90 minutes and saying that we're not very smart. And, and so anyway, but I
appreciate it. No, but objective truth, right? I mean, you just dominate this media. But it's interesting. You're making a deeper that we're not, and you didn't say it again in a maligning way, but that we're just not capable because we're not hardwired.
Well, I think it's
to be able to participate in
Well,
this.
I think that it's two things. Number one, your upbringing in college campuses does not foster debate like it used to. It just doesn't. It's that
does not foster debate like it used to. This is coming from the party that, as we speak, are cracking down on protests happening at Columbia, pro-Palestine protests. It's coming from the party that Trump just directed his DOJ to do an investigation into these colleges because they won't allow dissent when it comes to Palestine. You want to talk about dissent, motherfucker? You really want to talk about dissent? College campuses don't allow dissent. You dumb motherfucker. Donald Trump just directed his DOJ to do an investigation into the college campuses because they don't want dissent when it comes to the Israeli regime. Thoughts? Get the fuck out of here.
it's about silencing the critic and the elevation of the victim. So you do not have the practice of robust having to defend your position. It's very monolithic, it's very centralized, it's very top-down, it's quasi-authoritarian. And then secondly, I would just say that the philosophy on the worldview, as I mentioned earlier, that you guys have adopted, is that thou which is oppressed will get the most points. You guys don't have thou that has the best idea wins. And because of that, you guys have an elevation of like, hey, we're just going to have a small subset of a minoritarian, hectoring, hall monitor assistant principal vibe of people telling you that you're not allowed to say these words and you can't say that. And we call that political correctness, which in and of itself is hyper-authoritarian. So if you seek to understand why young men are rebelling, it's like, no, I'm not going to go along with this anymore.
It's not just that they're rebelling because they don't like the quote unquote political correctness. It's like, yes, there is an element of the Democratic Party that basically alienated men. Yes, I know. It's actually cringe that they haven't invited me. It's actually cringe. Like, they should have invited me already. The fact that they're ignoring me is cringe. Like, why are you asking advice from like a fascist anyway? Seriously. And yes, there was some truth, like I said, in some of the things he was saying, but of course, they always have to pepper in a bunch of lies with it. Are there elements within the Democratic establishment and party that are very authoritarian? Absolutely. Absolutely. Are they fucking hall monitors? Yeah, absolutely. But again, that's not the whole party. There are elements of the party that reject that, but the Democrats kick them out. The Democrats kick them out. But also, I really don't want to hear the college campus dissent routine when you hoes are literally, as we speak, cracking down on any dissent of college students right now. They're literally cracking heads right now, okay? On the college campus. I just realized, you know what I really want? I want a brown sugar espresso. I think I'm going to make one. Don't forget to like and share the stream, guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to make one. Wow. Bro. Also, like, why would Gavin Newsom, if like he's really like a principled liberal or whatever, why is he trusting Charlie Kirk to give him genuine advice? I do love how they're like, it's just like, you guys aren't masculine enough, you know? You're afraid of masculinity. No, no. I mean, it can be two separate things that can have truth to it. Like, yes, it's true that Democrats have alienated a lot of men voters, but if you're out of your mind, if you think that that like someone's afraid to go on Ben Shapiro's show because it's too masculine. That's amazing. I love that. It's honestly like, it's hard to watch because it's not getting better. It's just like bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. And the Democrats are just cringe, and not doing anything to fight back and not doing anything to help the people and not doing anything to actually make any changes. It's so fucking cringe. And it's hard to watch because they're not doing anything, but they keep talking about how they're going to be doing things. Like an example of that is the whole, like, talking about how you're going to be going on right-wing media. I mean, going on podcasts, but then you don't. Oh, it's because the Democrats don't go on shows. They don't go on podcasts. They don't talk to people. Really? Because like I said, the election happened 4 months ago and you guys haven't done any of that. The election happened 4 months ago and you guys haven't done any of that. Okay? I mean, I don't know, guys. I really don't. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What are we going to do about that? I know that is a really funny profile picture. And you'll notice Not a single one of them in any of these conversations are talking about. Oh, shit. Not a single one of these people in the conversations are talking about economic policy. Not one of them. They're not talking about healthcare. They're not talking about higher wages. They're not talking about unionization. They're not talking about any of that. It's amazing. No, it's amazing. Folks. Have you guys ever had honestly, I don't even know where that meme came from. People started sharing that meme of his face all like blown up. No, it's pretty funny. I'm like, where did that even come from? No, what I want to do is I mean, I suppose I can make 10. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, this is what I was this is what I was talking about when I said he basically is using this to like sheepdog people into the right wing. Because like they're making it seem like he's like actually like in this clip. And we can talk about it more when I switch to Rumble, which will be in a few minutes, because then I can talk about it more freely. But basically, he's like talking about how Donald Trump is doing 3 and 4D dimensional chess, that maybe this is what they're doing to overthrow Bibi or whatever, which is like total bullshit. And it's just running cover for Donald Trump because they're making it sound like Trump is actually doing something that's going to be dangerous to Netanyahu or might threaten Netanyahu's power, and that he's got this grand plan when really his plan is no different than Miriam Adelson's or Jared Kushner's. Thank you. It started after his, why didn't you say thank you? Yes, I saw that. Why didn't you say thank you? But I don't know who did the first like photo or how the photo became a thing. Yeah, that was pretty funny. All right, guys. So I am going to be switching to Rumble soon. So if you want to finish the stream with me, you can go over there. I'm going to give like 5 minutes in between. So for people to switch over, who wants to switch? Okay, why is it telling me to do fucking news? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give like 5 minutes in between for like people to join. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so I'm gonna end this and I'll see you guys over on Rumble in like 5 minutes. But don't forget to subscribe to Rumble. Don't forget that I'm gonna be live with Do Dissidents on Rumble on Sunday. So definitely join that and watch that on Sunday. All right, everybody. Love you. See you on Rumble.